Well, the last time Pennsylvania executed someone on death row was in 1999. Since then, the state has issued a de facto moratorium on the practice.
And our very own Capitol correspondent in Pennsylvania, Kara Jeffers, spoke with one state representative who says executions should be permanently abolished in this week's bill break.
Hello, I'm Kara Jeffers here with Representative Russ Diamond. We're going to take a break, talk about a bill, and you have something on the death penalty.
Yes.
Tell me kind of what's the situation in Pennsylvania right now when it comes to this.
Sure. So in Pennsylvania, the death penalty is only a penalty that can be offered for first-degree murder. So I have House Bill 888, which would eliminate the death penalty and instead use the optional sentence of life imprisonment. And what's important to remember about that is Pennsylvania is one of only 5 states where if you get a life sentence, it means life without the possibility for parole.
With House Bill 888 and wanting to make this change, why do you feel like this is a needed change?
Look, I as an individual, I don't have the right to take anybody's life. So not having that right to just intentionally kill someone, I don't believe I have the power to consent to my government to do the same. So there's lots of other good reasons. First of all, it's very expensive to try to execute someone. It's more expensive actually than keeping them in life for prison or in prison for life. It's more expensive. Another reason is that historically the death penalty has been unfair to people who are not as able to defend themselves in a court of law as others. You don't see any rich people on death row in Pennsylvania. There's been a lot of mistakes made in offering the death penalty.
Talk about some of the conflicts and the kind of pushback that you'll get from other lawmakers.
So some of the pushback is, look, there are people who think that this means I'm not tough on crime. Being tough on crime and opposing the death penalty are not mutually exclusive. Look, we can lock them up for life in Pennsylvania and throw away the key. We really can. And that satisfies the need for the self-defense of a civil society. Just keep them separated from the rest of the society.
Last question, we kind of already talked about it, but this idea of you're going to be savings or costs to taxpayers.
Yeah. So it's not going to cost taxpayers anything to get rid of the death penalty. In fact, it will save them tons of money. Where the money will really be saved is at the county level, because it is the counties who bear the burden of paying for all the defense, which, look, in death penalty cases, the taxpayer pays both for the prosecution and generally for the defense as well, because most of the people who are charged with the death penalty are indigent. So we end up, the taxpayer pays for both sides, and it's extremely expensive.
Thank you so much for your time.
You bet, thank you.
This has been Bill Break, where we talk about the legislation that doesn't always end up in the line.